Turn around, place your hands behind your back. Aisha blinked, stunned. Excuse me? The officer dangled a small plastic bag, white powder inside. Found this under your seat. Her breath hitched, she'd never seen it before. Cold metal cuffs snapped shut as cameras flashed and onlookers gawked. She was a billionaire, a philanthropist, a beacon of hope, yet in mere moments they branded her a criminal. This isn't just the story of a black woman falsely accused. It's about the moment she unveiled the truth behind a planted lie. Dear story lovers, drop your city in the comments to show us how far this tale reaches. Aisha Khan defied expectations. A billionaire tech visionary, a generous philanthropist, and unapologetically black, she let her actions speak louder than her wealth. Her initiatives transformed inner-city schools, funded scholarships, and created jobs in overlooked communities. That bright Monday morning, she stepped out of her foundation's Chicago headquarters, dressed in her signature sharp blazer, exuding quiet confidence. A charity gala speech awaited her as she slid into her Rolls-Royce, drafting an email, oblivious to the marked patrol car tailing her. She didn't see the officers exchange knowing glances, didn't know they'd targeted her before, and couldn't have foreseen how, in under 5 minutes, her world would be turned upside down. Her name smeared, her empire rattled by a single planted bag. But the truth would soon emerge. Red and blue lights pierced the afternoon glow. Aisha's driver pulled over, composed but confused. One officer approached, hand on holster, while the other moved to the rear door. "Step out of the vehicle, ma'am," the officer commanded. Aisha stepped out, bewildered. No explanation, no traffic violation cited. Seconds later, the second officer held up a Ziploc bag, white powder glinting inside. "Found this under the rear passenger seat," he announced, loud enough for the gathering crowd to hear. Phones emerged, recording. "That's not mine," Aisha said, her voice steady but quivering. "Tell it to the judge," the officer scoffed. Within minutes, she was cuffed, her blazer creased, her heels scuffing the pavement. The media pounced. Billionaire philanthropist caught with cocaine blared across screens. Social media erupted, comments dripping with racism, skepticism, and scorn. Bail was posted, but the damage spread. Her board questioned her, sponsors hesitated, some allies pulled away. Yet Aisha held the truth, and she had evidence. Her legal team secured GPS records from her car, security footage from the garage, and logs from her nonprofit's fleet. The bag appeared only after the car left her property. In the courtroom, packed with reporters, expectations ran high for a plea deal or a breakdown. Instead, Aisha strode to the stand, shoulders back, evidence folder in hand. The judge nodded and everything shifted. Standing tall, Aisha opened the folder. Inside, time-stamped security footage revealing a white-gloved officer planting something under her seat during an illegal search, 20 minutes before the discovery. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. The accused officer, seated across the aisle, blanched. His partner avoided all eyes. Aisha's attorney laid out call logs, dashcam inconsistencies, and chain-of-custody breaches. By the end of her testimony, the courtroom was silent, the judge's gavel trembling in his hand. The planted bag, the racial profiling, the corruption, all exposed. Dear audience, if you're gripped by this story, hit that like button. It truly helps. The charges were dismissed immediately. The officers faced suspension and a criminal probe. But for Aisha, vindication wasn't enough. She launched a federal civil rights lawsuit, not just for herself but for countless others without access to cameras or legal resources. Her testimony triggered a department-wide review, reopening over a dozen cases. Media outlets that once smeared her now ran headlines like "Billionaire uncovers police corruption." Aisha stayed quiet, focusing on restoring community trust, not chasing praise. What nearly broke her fueled a greater mission. They didn't just underestimate her influence, they misjudged her purpose.